All right, in this lesson right here, what we want to do is show you guys how you can go about setting things up properly so that bots will use elevators.
Okay, so let me go over to the part of the level where we've got the elevator set up. So if I run over here, there we've got a little bit of a lift. So let me just finish off the network a little bit. Maybe add 1 or 2 more path nodes just to get a bit of a better network leading up to it. Maybe one at the top of the stairs too, or ramp or whatever. And now we need to set up some special actors that we're going to be using to control.
Well, let me ask you this. By default, I mean, if you just threw a path node on top of that, what would the problem be?
Well, the problem would be he wouldn't have a full understanding of how this worked, because you have to, if you're using an elevator yourself, you have to wait till it gets to the top before you try to run somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just run across and ignore it. Basically, you have to tell the bot that he needs to stay on the elevator until he gets somewhere. And that's what we use the lift centers and exits for. A lift center is just where is he supposed to stand on the elevator. Lift exits are cues to tell him, okay, the mover's at a certain keyframe. Now you're supposed to get off.
Now, this kind of jars my memory just a little bit back to the 3D Buzz tour that we did a while back. And we had one person asking us about having a bot get onto this special thing that they had that was moving. And if you wanted the bot to stay on it, because the problem he had is the bot was getting on it, and then as the object started to move away, the bot would then jump off to his death. So this would
that would definitely be somewhere where a lift center should fix that, because that's telling the bot to, okay, cool for a second.
Yeah,
stay
you
on
need to
the
just chill out, stay here until we tell you where you can exit.
And then once we get to a lift exit, that matches the keyframe of the mover. Okay, now it's cool to go and do something.
Okay, cool. So if he's watching this video, he's going to go, oh, okay.
So now we've got that. Let me go ahead and load up those actors. Back to the actor class browser, navigation point. We've got lift center, lift exit. I'll start with the lift center, and I'll add that one next to the elevator and then move it over it. So add a lift center, and then maybe move that over a little bit. I mean, navigate over to where we've got the elevator, center it up right about like that. And now I'm going to double-click it to open up its properties. So under lift center, we have the lift trigger, which that doesn't matter here. This is like a stand open time style mover. All we need is to associate it with this elevator so he knows he's supposed to stand on it. So lift tag, this lift tag should be only 1. Makes sense. It's the only elevator. And under tag, or not under tag, under its lift center, what's lift tag? So now it's associated, and it'll technically sets base to this through code, so it actually moves with the elevator in-game. So now we've got that, we want to take a look at doing some lift exits. So back to the actor class browser one more time, grab a lift exit, set up the first one right next to it. So add a lift exit under its properties. We have, again, lift tag, so what mover are we looking for? And then suggested keyframe. This is the key at which the bot should try to do something, generally navigate to that and go on its way, walking around the network. So the first key is going to be key 0, so the suggested keyframe here should be 0. Now, if I go up and add a second one at the very top where we've got this U-damage charger, add one off to the edge here. And under its properties, again, lift tag is going to be only 1, but this time suggested keyframe is 1. So at keyframe 1 or 1 at the top of the lift, then it's okay to hop off and start running around. And maybe one last path node, just for neatening things up. Maybe something about like that. That looks kind of cool. So let me rebuild now and see how the paths are looking. So again, some more purple paths for a special type of path, but we do have connections being made through all these. So far it looks pretty good. We should be able to try that out. Again, it doesn't matter that this path goes through here, because the point is he's going to be waiting until he's up at the top. Then it's okay to get off and start running.
Right.
So with that, let's test it out and see how it's looking.
Play.
Goes just a little bit, bot, and here we go.
Well, he's got all sorts of options.
It might take just a minute. He's going to be a little preoccupied with the fact that there's teleporters and shields and all that.
Grab his stuff.
You might need to set this up a little bit differently now, because there is probably paths being drawn back from there, so he's kind of getting lost. There was a path back from that shield point over to the teleporter. Probably need to set up a different net anyway, because if he tries to use that teleporter as a path node, he's just going to be accidentally teleporting back through it again.
This is great, though, because this gets, again, into troubleshooting and fine-tuning your network.